Hello, everyone. Attorney Shaune B. Arnold here. I want to welcome you to LegalBiz Cafe. This is a place where you come as an entrepreneur to renew your mind and find the tips, triggers, and red flags that you need to know to get your mindset right so you can build an iconic business. You need to have your mindset right when you're out there slaying dragons, tilting at windmills, and building a business that you love, and even sometimes when you don't love it so much, but it's something that you're depending on. You're feeding your family, you're feeding a lot of families, and sometimes you get tired. This is a place you come when you do get tired. I'm going to show you tonight how to take that leap of faith and do that thing when it feels like all is crashing down around you. How do you do that? How do you manifest something in your life when everything you're looking at looks like garbage and you don't feel good and it's really hard to visualize anything good happening for you? And all you want to do is crawl in the bed and just pull the covers over your head. How do you take that leap of faith when you can't see the ground? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of tips tonight in the few minutes that we have together that I think are going to help you center yourself and make some clear decisions, not hasty decisions that are going to create a mess and put you in a position where you're going to have to seek me out as counsel to unwind some nonsense that you've gotten yourself caught up into, rather than seeking me out as counsel to help you make that money. You got a great deal on the horizon. You're building a business and you want to do it successfully. So how do you center yourself and know that the decisions that you're making are good? Well, you know how to do your research. I would never tell you to do something blind and just, leap and maybe grow some wings on the way down. I will always tell you to prepare yourself for something like that. That way, you're making educated guesses. On that basis, you can leap and grow your wings on the way down. Here's a few tips that I have for you this evening that I think will help you. First of all, when you find yourself standing on a precipice, standing at a crossroads, standing in unclear territory, the first thing I want you to do is stop and breathe. Our breath is our connection to the infinite. Think about all the different modalities of meditation and think about how they all begin. They all begin with our breath, breathing deeply, breathing consciously. The conscious breath allows us to disconnect from our conscious mind, which is chattering and moving and wanting to make a decision, even if it's an unclear decision. Instead of making that unclear decision and then leaping into the midst of that and maybe out of the pan and into the fire, just breathe. Slow down. Get to a place where you are just listening to the infinite, because the answer will come to you. It's already inside of you because it's in the Akashic records. Yes, it's a bit weird, but bear with me. It is said the Akashic records contain every thought of every human being that has ever existed, that still exists, everywhere in the universe, yes, even on other planets. So when we quiet ourselves, when we get into the space between the thoughts and set the intention to ask the question, we will receive the information that we want. This works because anything that we're encountering has already been encountered before somewhere in the universe. What we're doing is sort of homing into the infinite and recreating what has already existed. The theory is that is why we have the pyramids and certain odd relics from the past all over the globe. For example, in the Archaeological Museum in Athens, I saw the Antikythera mechanism. It's like an old working computer, an actual working analog computer for celestial navigation that was found in a sunken ship. Science can't explain where this device came from. It shouldn't exist, given the types of technologies we had in the past. So there are more things in heaven and earth, dear Horatio, than are dreamt of in our philosophy. I believe that our breath is the connection to much of that. So take a deep breath, breathe out the still complacent energy that you have, and breathe in fresh new energy. Do it I don't know, 10 times or as many times as it takes for you to relax and get into that space between the thoughts. Get your monkey mind out of the tree and onto your shoulder. I am, of course, inviting you to meditate, set your intention, and ask for the flow of energy and ideas. This is the same energy as prayer. As a kid, frankly, my folks seemed hell-bent on making us atheists. But my spirit, even as an 8-year-old, felt differently. I sat in the front yard looking at the pine tree. It was huge, and there were acorns on the ground, and I thought to myself, if there is a pine tree in that acorn, there is a God. So meditate and connect to whatever you understand God to be, because that is going to allow you to partake of the Akashic records and make them work in your favor. You'll be able to pick up the messages that the universe is sending to you. You'll find your center ground and empower yourself. A lot of people will actually stand and envision themselves with energy going from the top of their head all the way through the bottom of their feet and into the ground, all the way to the center of the earth, like roots growing into the center of the earth. This allows them to center themselves and cast off excess energy and get peaceful. Once peaceful, they and you can hear when the universe speaks to you. You can find your center and ground yourself. By doing this, you're really going to empower yourself. All of this conversation is really leading you to declare your faith. I mean, we're taking a leap of faith tonight, right? So you want to declare your faith. Declare that whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you are planning, whatever it is that you intend is going to happen. It has already happened. There's a multiverse theory in physics that says we are living in many, many universes and dimensions. At one time, I kind of like this theory. It's enormously empowering. Think about it. Somewhere in the universe, along your many timelines, you've already created that thing that is burning in your heart. Connect to that. Spend some time meditating on it. Spend some time talking to whatever version of God is yours, whatever connection that you have to the infinite. Spend some time with it and get the answers that you need. In getting those answers, you're going to find that you're strong. You're going to find that you already know all the answers are inside of you. When you bring this realization forward to your conscious mind, you're going to find that you're courageous beyond your wildest dreams. What I'm ultimately saying tonight is you are not alone on your journey. You have people around you that will help you. You have energy around you in the form of people that are here, in the form of people that have gone on before you, in the form of this universe itself that bears the record of every thought and action taken by every being that ever existed. It is a powerful, rich, resourceful universe. It is a universe of love, creation, and abundance. Whatever it is that you want in your life, plug into the universe, set your intention, ask for what you want, and then act as though you already have it. When you get started down that road, you'll find that things will begin to materialize. People will drop in your path. The laws of the universe will literally bend in your favor because you have set such a clear intention. The universe really is built to manifest your intention, but you have to be clear on what you want. You have to be strong. You have to be courageous. You have to declare your faith and believe that it's going to happen for you. You have to believe, frankly, that it has already happened for you. That's when you can see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, and feel it. And it just needs to manifest itself on this plane, in this dimension of the universe. And ask yourself, after you manifest that thing in your life, where would you go? What would you do if you already had that thing? We've seen people work the bow and arrow. They sight their target, then they reach in their quiver and pull out a strong, straight arrow. They put it in place, then grab a hold of that string. They pull the string back, back, back with intention to hit the target. At some point, the archer must believe in her skill. She has to believe that she can hit her target, then she can let go of the string and let that arrow fly, and the arrow will hit its target. So prepare yourself well. This empowers you to take that leap of faith, even though you can't see the ground. When you believe in yourself, you can let your arrow fly and hit your target. You're going to get what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this week's episode of LegalBiz Cafe. I encourage you to follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter X. In all of those places, you can find me as Shaune.Arnold. I want you to come back and see me again on LegalBiz Cafe. I encourage you to come back and fill your cup at the trough of mental security, emotional nurturing, guidance, and love. I'll see you next week right here on LegalBiz Cafe. Bye-bye, friends.